Assalamu alaikum dosto, ki hal chala. I hope you're well, I'm very good. So this is a week of vlogging, weekly routine video that I made, and I started to start off and show you what the weather was like. It was pouring with rain and it was cold in Scotland, but it's still lovely to sit and watch from your window. The first thing I wanted to show you was making peri chicken burgers using the peri marinade I've used in other videos, and I'll link it below. I covered chicken breasts in this marinade, baked it in the oven for about 30 minutes. You can bake it covered and then uncover it for a little while just to kind of dry up any of the moisture. And then just to kind of make it really nice and for there to be more taste, with the marinade, like basting it and covering it with the marinade, I put it on a griddle pan just as it was, no oil because there's oil in the marinade, and made sure the griddle pan was hot. It's not really for griddle lines, it's just to keep the flavour in, and you can see that I brushed some of the marinade on top of the chicken as well, and it just makes it really tasty, and it's just how you would cook it or how you would be served it in places like Nando's and Pepe's. Not only would it just be cooked or boiled or steamed, then they would kind of put it on a griddle or a grill and just cover it with more of the sauce in rolls. And I've got chips and I've covered them with peri salt, and for me I griddled some halloumi and chicken, and I put some of the marinade on the side and I just garnished with some parsley, and it's so nice. It's a nice low carb, high protein meal. So the next day we went to Desi Pakhwan in Edinburgh for a meal, just myself and my husband. It's someone who really likes, it's a really special restaurant. They make everything from fresh. We had these resham kebabs, I think they're called, or seek kebabs, and chicken karahi, and we shared that and had some naan. It was really nice. The next day I made a simple chicken karahi just at home, and I've shared similar recipes like this before, so I'll not put too much information. I'll just put my standard karahi recipe down below. So it's frying onions, adding in your salt, pepper, dhania powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, red chilli powder, 2 chopped tomatoes, and I'm adding in the chicken here as well. Basically this day I didn't have a lot of time. My daughter was crying a lot, so I really wanted to just chuck everything in the pan and let it do its thing. I didn't want to sit and fry the onions and tomatoes, and obviously I love doing that when I have time, but days like when my kids need me or I've got other things I need to make something really quickly, this is what I do. So I basically add everything in round about the same time, add in some water, and this is garlic and ginger paste I'm adding in. And again, like the red chilli powder and the cinnamon stick, whole green chilies. After 30-40 minutes of putting the lid on and let the chicken cook, you'll see that the consistency's changed, the water's reduced, the chicken's cooked, and the tomatoes and onions have kind of mixed into the sauce. I added in a tablespoon of ghee, coriander, and just fried it on a high heat. Okay, so the next day for lunch, my husband was in the mood for samosa, so I kind of deep fried them for him. I'm trying my best to avoid low carb as much as I can, so I didn't eat these, but I fried them for him. I don't like to deprive my family. If they want something and I can't eat it, I would still make it for them, because they are slim and they're not like me. Okay, within that week I made mini cheesecakes. It was my niece's 12th birthday and she loves this, and I thought this would be a wee nice surprise when I go over to give her a present. I thought I would make these little mini cheesecakes. I normally make it in a large springform tin, but this time I just decided to make mini ones. It's easier to eat. So basically I got half a packet of digestive biscuits. Normally you would put hazelnuts in and you would blend them until they were fine, like breadcrumbs. but I only had almonds, but I put them in for the same kind of nuttiness effect. I added in melted butter and Nutella, about 2 large dollops of Nutella, and then I mixed it again. And it should be kind of wet sand consistency, and this means that when you put it into the cupcake or the tin, the butter will make it soft enough and it will harden enough just to kind of keep its shape. So when I'd done that, myself and my son, you'll notice my son's hand there as well, we filled up the cupcake with the filling. So this is the kind of base of the cheesecake. We put it in, and not only did we put it in, we had to just press it down, so when we put it in the fridge it would set hard. And then when we put the Nutella cream cheese filling, we don't want the two layers to mix together, we want them to be separated, and for this to have a kind of biscuity kind of crunch to it. So when we did this, pressed it in firmly as we can, I just put it into the fridge for about, so you press the base firmly into the tin or cupcakes, put them into the fridge to set for about 30 minutes. And then we'll make the topping while that's setting. So I just use 1 block of cream cheese. This is just Lidl's own, it doesn't need to be Philadelphia. This is exact same texture, consistency, and I sifted icing sugar. And then put it into the cream cheese, and this gives it the sweetness. Obviously we've still got Nutella to put in, which this is coming in next. That will give it the sweetness as well, but because cream cheese is quite a neutral flavour, we're forcing it to be sweet here. So that's why it's important to put in the icing sugar as well as the Nutella. So we want to mix this until it's well incorporated. Make sure that it's smooth, and make sure that the colour turns to this kind of pale brown, and that way you'll know that the chocolate and the cream cheese have fused together. And what I did was I tried it and it was not as sweet as I normally like, so I added in some more icing sugar. I did a little bit of a mistake here, I should have sifted the icing sugar in, you'll see there's tiny little bumps in it, but then I used my balloon whisk to smooth them out. Now the easiest way to put them in is, as I've did here, with an ice cream scoop. It makes it quite even, and you can kind of knead it up at the end and just tap out any air bubbles. This is so nice, it's a great party dessert. It looks nice, you can put it on like a cake stand, and it means you're not having to cut slices out and it's quite messy. People are just taking one of these cupcakes and that's them ready to go and eat their cake. You can see here I put too much in some cupcakes more than others, so I had to try my best to kind of spread the filling out. What I actually forgot to do was I put it in the fridge for about 2 hours to set, but I wanted to top it with hazelnuts. I didn't have these, so what I used was sprinkles and some chocolate syrup, which gave it a kind of glazed look on the top, but the taste was totally there. It was really nice, but I would have preferred to use hazelnuts. So the next day I made chicken mince kebabs, and what I did was I put onions in a bowl. I used whole spices like dried red chilies, coriander seeds, cumin seeds that were roasted. I blended them, coriander, cumin powder, red chili powder, and then I just mixed it up with my hand. I tried to make it keto friendly, so instead of adding in flour to combine the mixture, what I used was almond flour, and added in some coriander there as well, and there's the almond flour going in. Now I'm not saying it's 100% best way to combine it, but in order for me to be able to eat it I needed to add this in, and you'll see I added a generous amount of grated cheddar cheese, and this makes it really, really tasty. And then I shaped these kebabs, and I shallow fried some batches and I deep fried the other batch. They were really nice and I'd highly recommend it. And what I did was I ate some of the shallow fried ones, just served it with side salad and some mayonnaise. It was really nice. So the following day my husband and I went on a date night and we went to Steak Inn, and it was really, really nice. We haven't been for a while, and this is the kind of food we got: lamb chops and chicken steak. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.
Like, share, comment and